Welcome back to my channel Basics. I am Tarun Poddar. So before I start, do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. So today we will see statistics. Now statistics is actually collection of meaningful numerical data. Now the data that can be processed to give meaningful informations. Now what you can do with data, you can represent this data in forms of tables and graphs. For example, marks of students, suppose 40, 60, 70, 50, these are all data. These are all numerical data, meaningful data, and you can process it. Next example, suppose age of teachers. Now 35, 42, 28, 55, again meaningful data which can be processed. Now what else you can do with the data? You can find the mean or the arithmetic average of that given data, or simply average. What else? You can find out the median of the data. What is median? Median is the central value of data after arranging in ascending or descending order. Now you have to remember, whenever you are finding out median, you have to first arrange the data either in ascending or descending order. Now we will find the mean, means average. So what is the formula of mean? Mean equal to sum of all observations by total number of observations. Means you have to sum up all the datas by, you have to divide it by total number of datas. For example, see 7, 8, 6, 3. So how we will do it? Now in order to calculate mean, so mean equals to sum of all observations. So 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 3 by total number of observations. How many observations or how many data? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. So just sum it up. 15, 15, 6, 21 and 21 and 3, 24. 24 by 4. So it gets cancelled. So 6 is your answer. So this is the mean of this data or average of this data. Now we will find out median. Median means central value. Now what is the formula to find out median? We have two formulas. One for when number of data is odd and another for when number of data is even. Now n plus 1 by 2th observation if n is odd, and n by 2th observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation by 2 when your n is even. When n is even. So take example, suppose I have taken example 7, 8, 6, 3, 2. So what you have to do? I have told you for median, first you have to arrange either in ascending or descending order. So I will arrange it, this one, in ascending order. So 2, 3, then you have 6, then 7, then 8. Now count how many datas are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So number n is equal to 5. So n is 5. 5 means odd. So which formula you have to apply? When n is odd, then n plus 1 by 2th observation. So apply over here. So n is 5. So that means it is odd. So n plus 1. That means 5 plus 1 by 2th observation. 2th observation. So it is 6 by 2. That means it is the third observation. Third observation you have to take. So see which one is the third observation. This you have to follow. The ascending one. You can arrange it in descending also. So third observation is this 6. So your median will be 6. Median will be 6. This is when n is your odd. That means number of data is odd. Clear? Now take another example. 7, 8, 6, 3. We will find the median. Now, we have to arrange it. I am arranging it in ascending order. So, 3, 6, 7 and 8. So, now n is equal to 4. That means number of data is even. So, when number of data is even, so median, what is the formula? Median is n by 2th observation. N by 2th observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation by 2. So, n is your 4. So, 4 by 2th observation plus 4 by 2 plus 1th observation by 2. So, it is what? Your second observation, and this will be 2 plus 1 means third observation by 2. So, what is your second observation? Look over here. Second observation is 6. And what is your third observation? Third observation is 7. So, write over here 7. So, by 2. So, it comes to 13 by 2, which is equal to 6.5. So, this is your answer. Now, we will take another example of finding out means. So, see, suppose, for example, marks are given. This one, suppose these are marks. You need to find out the mean. Now, another process is that we will jot down a table like this: marks, tally mark, frequency, and then I have considered this marks as x and frequency as f. In the last column, we will multiply f into x. Now, you need to understand what is frequency first. Frequency is number of times a data comes, entity. Number of times an entity comes or the data comes, and tally mark is that we will count the number of data, same data, and we will strike out. I'll show you. Now see, first I will write it down, the marks. Suppose 2 is over here, so I'll write 2. Then I'll count how many times 2 is there over here. Suppose this is 1, this is 2. So I'll draw lines like this. So 1, 2, 1 and 2. So frequency. So how many times 2 came? 2 times. So that is frequency. Repetition of entities. How many times the data comes? So 2. Now next is 3. 3. So count 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how you do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for 5 you give a stroke like this. Okay. So frequency is 5, and then last one is your 5. So how many times 5 comes? 1. So this will be 1. Now we will multiply f and x. So this is 2 into 2, 4. Then 5 into 3, 15. And 5 into 1, 5. So we will total it. So how much? This is 24. 24. And what is the total of frequency? Is 8. So this is 8 and fx is 24. Now, how we will find out mean? So mean is equal to summation f into x by summation f. So summation means total. So what is the total of fx? This is 24. And what is the total of f, frequency? This is 8. So it get cancelled. So your answer will be 3. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now take another example. Using class interval 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, construct frequency distribution table for the following data. So data is given. See, this is your data. So in order to construct frequency distribution table of this data, so what you require class interval, tally mark and frequency. So class interval is given 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. So jot down first this side 0 to 5, 5 to 10 and 10 to 15. Now start counting. So from 0 to 5, how many data is there? See, from 0 to 5, only 2 is there. So give a stroke over here, single stroke. The frequency is 1. So 5 to 10, how many data? So see, this 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, give 4 strokes. So it's 4. Now I have excluded 10. Why? Because in this is actually what? This is continuous class interval. Continuous is 0 to 5, then again 5 to 10, 10 to 15. This type of class interval is known as continuous class interval. So in continuous class interval, you have to include lower limit value and exclude upper limit value. What does it mean? See, for example, 10. So 10 is, if I am looking at this class interval, so this is its upper limit. So you have to exclude upper limit in this class. So 10 is over here, so we will not count 10 in this class. See, lower limit value you can include. So 10 I will count in this class. So that is why in 5 to 10, how many? See, again count 6, this one 2, this one 3, this one 4. So give 4 strokes and 4. Clear? So in 10 to 15, so here I will count 10. So 10 to 15, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a single cross strike. So this is 5. So frequency is 5 plus 4 plus 1, 10. Is it clear? This is a continuous class interval. Continuous. See, again I am repeating, for continuous class interval, you have to include lower limit value but exclude upper limit value. Is it clear? Now we will see another example. See the question, using class interval 1, 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, construct frequency distribution table for the data. So this is your data. Now same class interval, tally mark and frequency. Write down the class interval 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. Now see, this is discontinuous. 1 to 5, then 6 to 10, then 11 to 15. No continuity. So this is discontinuous. Now if the class interval is discontinuous, you have to remember that in this class or discontinuous class, we will include lower limit value as well as upper limit value. Okay, remember this. So see, 1 to 5, look over here. So there is only one data, 2. So put this one line over here, and so frequency is 1. So 6 to 10, in 6 to 10 count how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and give a cross. So this is 5. Now 11 to 15. So 11 to 15, see 13 is also there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many? Frequency is 4. Sum it up. This is your total. So clear? Okay. Now this class interval is discontinuous. 1, 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. No continuity. So discontinuous. So in order to make a class continuous, what you have to do, there is a formula, adjustment factor. So adjustment factor is equal to lower limit of one class minus upper limit of previous class by 2. So take any one. So see, this one I am taking. So lower limit is 6. Lower limit is 6 minus upper limit of previous class. So which one is the previous class of this? This one. So you have to consider the upper limit of previous class. So this 5. So 6 minus 5 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. So this is the adjustment factor. So how to then make a change over here? So just look this side, lower limit, all the lower limit. You have to keep on subtracting 0.5 from this lower limit. So 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, 6 minus 0.5 is 5.5, 11 minus 0.5 is 10.5. And this side, this is your upper limit, 5, 10, 15. So keep adding 0.5 to the upper limits. 5 plus 0.5 is 5.5, 10 plus 0.5 is 10.5, 15 plus 0.5 is 15.5. Now see, this class has become continuous. 0.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 10.5, 10.5 to 15.5. Earlier it was discontinuous, no continuity. Now it has become continuous. See, very easy, very okay. Now we will represent data in graphs. So this is graphical representation of statistical data. So how we can represent data, numeric data? Now in form of bar graph, in form of histogram. There are other examples also, but we will consider bar graph and histogram. So first take an example. A man with a monthly salary of rupees 6,400 plans his budget for a month as given below. Item, now in food he spends 2,100, in clothing he spends 600, in education he spends 1,200, miscellaneous 1,500, savings 1,000 rupees. Now represents the data by a bar graph. Now you have to represent this data in a graph paper. You have to draw a bar graph. So we will plot a bar graph in graph paper. Okay, now we will plot the data in graph. So see, I have plotted a graph over here. This is your x-axis, and this is your y-axis. Okay, this is the origin. Now see, I have taken 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500. How? See, I have taken 1 unit is equal to 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. So this is 500. So again from 500 to 5. So this is 1000. Similarly, now here I have written the items: food, clothing, education, miscellaneous, and savings. And this is your amount in rupees, which is given over here. So first one is food. So food, how much food he spends? Amount of money is 2,100. So this is 2,000, 2,000, then only one line. So this line is your 2,000 plus 100. That means this is 2,100. So draw over here. This one is for food. Then for clothing he spends 600. So 600. Now put a gap over here. Okay, equidistant gap. Now this clothing, this is 500. So 500 and one line is equal to 100. I have told you. So this is your 600. So draw a line over here. Again leave a gap, one box gap. Then for education he spends 1200 rupees. So 1000 and 1 is your 100. Next second line another 100. So 100 plus 100 and 1000. So 1200. So this line is 1200. So this is for education. Then leave another box and then miscellaneous. For miscellaneous he spends 1500. So where is 1500? This line 1500. So this one is very easy, 1500. So draw over here. And last for saving he makes 1000 rupees. So savings, again leave a box over here. Savings, again this is very easy, already marked 1000. So just this is your 1000. So this is your graphical representation of the given data, and this is called bar graph. Okay, now we will draw a histogram. So the question is given: class interval 20 to 30, frequency is 3, 30 to 40 is 5, 40 to 50 is 12, 50 to 60 is 9, 60 to 70 is 4. So plot a graph over here. Now see, I have taken x-axis, and then in x-axis I have taken class intervals, and in the y-axis I have taken the frequency. So see, I have made 1, 2, 3, 4. So similarly, equidistance till 12 I have marked. And class interval over here 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, similarly up to 60. So first is your 20 to 30 interval, frequency is 3. There is no frequency in 0 to 10 or 10 to 20. So 20 to 30, 20 to 30, your frequency is 3. So where is 3? 1, 2, 3. So join over here, this 3. Okay. Next is 30 to 40. 30 to 40 is 5. So 30 to 40, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this line. So join over here, 5. So this is the 30 to 40 range. Then is your 40 to 50 is 12. So here is 12. So 40 to 50 is 12. And 50 to 60 is 9. 50 to 60 is 9. See this 9. And 60 to 70 is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this line, this one. So 60 to 70 is 4. So in this way we draw a histogram. Now you have to remember, now earlier one I have shown a bar graph, and this is histogram. Now this side come over here. Now in bar graph represent discontinuous data, and in histogram it represent continuous data. Now another important point is, in bar graph there may be gaps. Okay, there may be gaps, or they gaps there may not be gaps, and in histogram there is no gap. See, there is no gap, all the bars are attached with each other. Okay, so is it clear? So this table is important for bar graph and histogram. You have to remember, bar graph represent discontinuous data and there may be gaps. That means bar may be apart from each other, equidistant apart, or they may be attached also. And in histogram represents continuous data and there will be no gap. That means bars will be attached. So this is the histogram. Is it clear to you? That's all for today. So hope you have understood. If you find any difficulty, you just comment me, and thanks once again for all of you, and please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel Basics. Thank you.